Welcome back to my channel at Think Cutie, and before we get into our Friday video, I just wanted to quickly show you that the weather has warmed up a little bit here, and if you take a look, there is no more snow really. There's just little tiny pockets or tiny little areas of snow left, but yay, it's finally warming up again. Hey everybody, it is Friday again and I'm here with a studio vlog and update for the week, and this week has just flown by, and I think it's because we're getting ready for our shows, a couple big shows coming up next week and the week right after that. So you probably heard me saying this before, but we're getting ready for Canterbury Park for the Spring Festival and for Geek Craft Expo the weekend after that. And so the Canterbury one that is next week, and we probably have to go set up on Thursday, and then it's supposed to be the 12th through the 14th of April. And so we're just getting ready, and I think it's like every time there's a show, there's never enough time to complete everything that I wanted to create and do. So right now I'm just working on all the little pieces that go into my little miniature sets, and I just wanted to show you. This has kind of been like, I do things in like little batches where I create, you know, maybe one day I will do this, where I will put some of the decorations onto the little 3D printed miniatures that my husband created for me. And if you look at this, he created this cart for me, and the wheels actually do move. He improved the design of the wheels and recreated the cart for me. And then I add the little moss to it. And somebody from our last show bought the very first one that I actually used with moss, and then I decorate these with little polymer clay flowers. So I haven't done that part yet. But they wanted to use it for their own miniatures because, like me, they are a miniature artist, and they just wanted the cart, but it did actually come with 3 tiny little baskets of like vegetables. I did like cauliflower, eggplant, and carrots. So I just have to recreate that again and then set up the little 3 baskets of miniatures. And so I think I'm pretty happy with the way that I designed this, and I'm using kind of like a really brightly colored kind of moss. Sometimes I do change it during like the fall if I wanted to make something that's like a little bit more like Halloween or spooky. And so yeah, I did spend a day just getting these ready. And then I have these little houses that my husband created, which is comes in 2 pieces. So it's 3D printed, a little tiny house. And then I actually put little kawaii frogs, so little miniature frogs on the little entrance right there, and it is hollow inside, and we do have to glue the top part on. But then I put moss and I add a crown, and I also have to put flowers on this as well. It's one of the designs that we've had now for at least a year, but I'm seeing how it, like I usually put like little white daisies and things on them just because the color shows up a little bit better, and I've tried different colors but they just don't look as good, so we'll see. But that one's done, and then my husband 3D prints my little coffins. He designed this himself, and I add the little moss pieces on top. And then the other thing that I've been doing in batches has been creating all the little pieces that go into the little furniture pieces that you see there. So I've been working on a little polymer clay books, and I did dust this with like a mica powder. This is all polymer clay except for the little charm that's in the top. And then I try to make the pages look real, so I do score them, and that's one of the pieces that go into, it can go on one of my dressers, it can go into the coffin, or even on the little cart. And then I combine like little bead pieces, so I have these little skull pieces, and then I use glow-in-the-dark polymer clay for the candle. In the wick, you can see the flame in the candle itself, and then there's like more wax material back there. That is all polymer clay. So these are some things that I do create. And then with beaded pieces too, so I use these that have like glow in the dark. They're like little glow in the dark balls with jewelry pieces, so I was getting those all ready and getting them set so that it looked like a crystal ball. and I usually put those in my coffins. And then I was making little paper scrolls, so it's all polymer clay, so that's a red dot right there for a wax seal. And then I do color these because these start out as white clay, and I try to make it look like, you know, it's some kind of like ancient scroll. Hopefully that's in focus for you. And then I do also put like a little maybe gold dust or something on it as well. So that is another piece. And then right here, if you, hopefully you can see this. I just took the cover off, but I've been making like little brains, and these go sometimes in the bottom of the coffins on one of the shelves, or it goes with like another piece if I do kind of like a wizard type set. And then that little, there's a little bell jar that you can see that goes on there. I do tend to tape these down when I'm at shows, but it does actually, you can lift it off. And so I use those sometimes with the glass bell jar and then without. And other things I've been creating this week are right here. I've been making different kinds of like little daisies and flowers because I sold some last time. And then I wanted to create kind of like a yellow daisy or yellow sunflower. So I did make some of these, and these are new. I haven't made this kind of style yellow sunflower, so that's kind of a new thing. And then something a little bit more complicated, which took several steps. I made little taco earrings by request of several people that always come to visit me. So I made these little taco earrings, and that's yellow clay, and I'll try to do some kind of time lapse so you can see like how the steps and how I made this. I did actually have to curl the taco shell over like one of my sculpting tools, like the little metal rod part right here, to get it to go into the cone shape, and then bake that, and then add the pieces in the pin so that like the meat and the lettuce, I have sour cream, and then I have like a little cheddar cheese on top of there. So those are one of my new designs, and I didn't make very many because they take a long time to make, and they're really hard to make. So I'm trying new styles for summer, like new combos too. So I have my bee earrings, and I just restocked because I did sell some at my other shows. So you can see there's a little like hive there, and my little bee, and then I did metallic dust. And then some popular ones that I have been doing for a while, I did remake because I only had one pair left. So my wiener dogs are always popular. So there's the wiener dogs right there. And that's a combination where I do mix my own color of like orange and brown to get the colors for the squirrels that are right here, and for the wiener dogs or dachshunds. So just been really busy. This week has flown by because a show is coming up, and I feel like I never have enough time to do everything that's, you know, in my brain that I want to create. So it's just kind of a race against the clock. And next, I'll probably have like half a week next week, because next Friday the 12th is when we will be kind of like getting everything ready. I think we open up at 11 on Friday. It's 11 to 7. And then I'll post the hours at the end here where we will be at for next week. But just getting excited because there's bigger shows that are coming up in April and in May. And kind of some sad news is we didn't quite get into another like art festival that I was hoping to get into that was juried, just because they were, you know, they did let us know they received like a high number of applicants this year. And I don't know if my style maybe fits what they're expecting, and it's a little bit different because we have miniatures and things, and I don't know if they truly understand what we, you know, what kind of pieces we're creating. So we'll try again at other places, but I imagine that some of our things that we want to go into, because I always choose, it seems like the popular things that they'll have spaces available. We'll keep trying at some of the cons as well that I've been seeing, but there's another one that I was looking at too to go into besides that art festival. And then, you know, it's one of those shows too where we're signed up for so many this year that if we didn't get in, well, that just gives me time to actually restock and maybe actually get some things up into our shops online, which seems to be a constant struggle because it's like, oh, I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to make some extra, but then I sell it at the shows and there's nothing left. So if there's anything left, or if I create another batch, but then sometimes I have to even take from that batch if it's a multiple day show because we've sold so many of those items. So some of the things that I'm showing you here, we only have available at our events that we're going to because they sell out. So, well, and I guess that's not a bad thing, but again, happy Friday, everybody. And I just had to kind of show you what we've been creating in our studio and what is coming up for the next couple weeks. And I'm going to be really busy along with my husband. He's been working kind of like, you know, he'll go, he has a day job. He'll go to his other work and then he'll come home, and on the weekends, that's all he's doing is sitting at his computer creating. He has some new designs that he also wants to create, but I just love the new like little flower designs and daisies that he's created. So I'm really excited about those, and we're gonna kind of debut some of those new things at these upcoming shows in the next couple weeks. So all right, we'll see you out there. Again, this is at Think Cutie. Remember to hit that button, like, and subscribe. And thank you again for those who have. All right, bye everybody. All right, well, I just wanted to show you some of the steps that it took to create some of my new earrings that took place in several different days. So first I created the little taco shells, and basically it's just using a round cutter to create the little shells and then curling them around off to the right. In the right corner you can see the little wooden tools and things that I had. So I basically wrapped them around those and put them inside of my oven, and then once they were done I took them out, and then I'm filling them with a brown clay for the meat. I'm adding little kind of like tomato color pieces for the tomatoes, and then I added different colors of, you can see my little cane there, of green, white, some light yellow to turn into green for leaves to make it look like lettuce, and then I added sour cream. And I did try to put a longer pin I did have to cut it to size in the middle to get it to stand up a little bit. But there are the finished little tacos that I made, and hopefully they look realistic. And there are the little pins that are sticking out, and I've seen people put them in the top so that they hang forward facing, but I kind of wanted mine just to kind of look like little dangling real tacos. And so I put the pin in the middle instead of at the top. And like I said, it took a couple days to get everything done because some had to be done in different steps, and then I added the little earring hooks onto the pins. But this is a project that was kind of fun to play with, and just trying to figure out how I was actually going to create the little tacos and the shells to make them look realistic and make them miniature. So I was pretty happy with the results, and I will be doing some more when I do have time to do that. But there they are, all finished, and with the little pins and the earring hooks. I hope you enjoyed this. And reminder, we're going to be at the Canterbury Park on April 12th through the 14th on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you can see the hours up in the right corner. And I hope that we see you there. Let us know if you've seen us online. And just a big thank you. Please hit that bell, like, and subscribe. And here are our shows that we're going to be at for throughout the rest of the year, and there may be some added in that are not scheduled on here, but here's the bulk of where we're going to be at. We will be at Geek Craft right after Canterbury Park, and then we have a big large art festival in May as well.